If you thought cinemas made money from showing movies, you were very wrong. They get most of their income from the sale of popcorn and soda, without which the cinemas would go bankrupt. It would seem that how can cheap snacks bring in more money than Hollywood superhero movies? Actually, it's quite simple. Cinemas give about half of their movie rental income to studios or rental companies, and running a movie theater is expensive. Huge electricity bills, expensive technology, and salaries. This is where popcorn helps. In fact, the corn kernel used to make popcorn is very cheap. According to various estimates, the markup of movie theaters on popcorn is about 1,000%. The situation with soda is similar. You've definitely noticed that chips, peanuts, and popcorn cost more at the movie theater than in the store. And the audience still pays dearly for popcorn and other snacks, because you can't take your own food into the theater. And you really want to eat something while watching a movie. Popcorn did not become a movie theater staple all at once. In the 19th century in America, it was a popular type of food at fairs and in the streets. When movie theaters began to become very popular in the early 20th century, street vendors began to sell popcorn at the entrance to the theater. Later, cinema owners realized that it was more profitable to make and sell popcorn themselves. Since then, it's impossible to imagine going to the movies without the familiar smell of popcorn. Like if you also like to eat something while watching a movie. Behind the last rows in the auditorium is a room with a projector. Most people think that that's where the controller of the movie screening process sits. But it isn't. The days when film was used in movies are over. It really used to be that there was always a projectionist sitting in the projector room, watching the process. For example, if the film was torn, he could fix it right away and the viewing went on. Older people remember this kind of thing, because it happened quite often. Nowadays cinemas use digital technology. Everything is programmed and regulated by specialists who are not in the room with the projector. Let's take a vote in the comments. Where is it better to watch movies? At the theater or at home? Write your opinion in the comments. A movie theater is a pretty dirty place. Anyone who has ever worked in a movie theater knows that. The screenings are almost non-stop, because none of the owners want to lose profits. Employees don't have enough time to clean the hall well. So between sessions they only pick up bulky trash and do superficial cleaning. So when you walk into a movie theater, you may realize that your shoes are sticking to the floor, or you may hear a crunch under your feet. Because someone has spilled a drink or dropped food. Do you know what movies theater employees dislike the most? Superhero movies from the studio Marvel. They brought in the fashion of scenes after the credits. Now many viewers sit for another 10 minutes after the end of the movie waiting for that scene, even after watching the movie. Therefore, employees have almost no time to clean the cinema hall before the next session. On the internet you can often find information about the sale of stale popcorn in movie theaters. Allegedly popcorn can be stored for many days without losing its taste and visual qualities. This is most likely a myth. At least for most cinemas. Popcorn doesn't keep very long. Depending on the temperature and humidity, it can quickly soften and become tasteless. Many large movie theater chains have strict rules for making fresh popcorn not only every day, but also for every session. Also, as I said before, corn kernels are very cheap and making a fresh batch of popcorn is very easy. It is more important that visitors enjoy fragrant and crunchy fresh popcorn. That way they will come back next time and buy that bucket of corn again at a gigantic markup. That's exactly what the movie theater needs. If you came to the session and you got not the freshest popcorn, then most likely it's just the fault of the staff, who were lazy and did not prepare a fresh batch on time. The best time to visit the movie theater is Monday through Wednesday in the morning. Why Monday through Wednesday? The fact is that in Russia and some other countries, the traditional premiere day is Thursday. On this day a new film is released every week. Of course, there are many more people who want to see the film on opening night and on weekends, but from Monday to Wednesday their number decreases. Also, these are the first days of the work week. Certainly not everyone has time to go to the movie theater. Of course, the best times to visit are on weekday mornings. During this time, all cinemas charge many times less than in the evening. And to that can be added various discounts, promotions, and so on. So if you don't buy popcorn and soda, you can watch the movie almost for free. Most cinema halls have a hidden night vision camera installed. This is done for two reasons. First, to counter piracy. It's no secret that some visitors come to record a film on a camera for illegal distribution, not for viewing. Hidden cameras help fight this phenomenon. Secondly, the cameras help ensure order and safety, as well as monitor that younger viewers do not get into sessions marked 18+ and others. So if you thought that in a dark movie theater no one sees you and you can do anything, then you were very mistaken. 3D movies may soon disappear completely from cinemas. In the late 2000s, with the success of James Cameron's Avatar, 3D films became popular. It seemed to everyone that 3D would be successful. However, statistics show that in recent years the popularity of these films has been falling. Avatar was originally planned and created as a 3D film. Unlike Avatar, most of the films that have been released in this format in recent decades have made the 3D version in a hurry. All this has greatly reduced the audience's interest in the 3D films. In addition, tickets to them are much more expensive. Also, many viewers begin to feel dizzy and other problems during such sessions, and glasses often make the image on the screen darker. So if you're a fan of 3D movies, you're probably in for a tough time. On the internet there are many interviews with movie theater workers. Many of them admit that they found many different and unexpected things during or checking the cinema after the next screening. To begin with, in most cinemas around the world, it is against the rules to bring your own food into the theater. The owners want to sell as much popcorn and soda as possible. It is clear that not all viewers comply with this rule. That's why employees find a huge amount of garbage and leftovers of various food after the sessions. I understand about the fast food, but some viewers manage to eat, for example, sushi. How this can be done in a dark theater is a mystery. One of the employees of a movie theater in Canada said that after the session he found his pants. How the viewer could leave the theater without pants in cold Canada is completely incomprehensible. For quite a long time in American cinemas there was the practice of double sessions. In essence, the viewer paid almost for one film, but ended up watching two. This was more than half a century ago, and trailers were not as common back then. So in between the two films, the viewer was shown, for example, cartoons or news bulletins. As a rule, one film at such screenings was the premiere, and the second film was not the newest and not particularly interesting for the audience. Today, unfortunately, such double sessions are no longer held in cinemas. The best place to watch movies is in the middle. This is an obvious fact, but not everyone knows the reason. Clearly, given the size of the screen, you will have a good view from anywhere in the room. However, the sound systems are on the sides, and sound in modern cinemas is very important and greatly affects the perception of the film. Therefore, to get even sound information from all the speakers, you are better off choosing seats in the center of the room. Now, before the movie theater visitors are warned that videotaping is illegal, and asked to switch phones to silent mode. For several decades in the 20s and 50s of the 20th century, viewers were warned not to forget to remove their hats before the movie. In those days, many men and women wore this headdress. That was the fashion. It is clear that for the audience sitting in the back rows, this could greatly interfere with viewing. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to always know about new videos. And leave your comments below this video.